Hi and welcome back to the TheStoneRanger. So you're joining me in my workshop today where I'm going to talk you through the Carve Your Own House sign or Carve Your Own House number from Southern Stone Limited in association with me, the TheStoneRanger. And I couldn't hold back my excitement when I got this delivery. I've opened it up already and I've had a little go at carving on this beautiful limestone. So I've carved the ivy house in there using the hammer and chisels, what they've sent me. It's you're going to really enjoy this. What I'm going to teach you today is how to carve on the house number. So this is a number 5, one of my favourite numbers to carve because you've got the straights, you've got the flicks and you've got the curves. 5 has always been one of my favourites. But before we do that, let's unbox this and have a look. So the first thing you're going to get is your instructions. Great set of instructions. I've had a read through these already. Always wear your eye protection, make sure you're comfortable, remember you're working with a piece of stone so you don't drop it on your feet. There's some great hints and tips in there for when you're carving, angle to hold the chisel, carving away from yourself. So that's great to read through. You've also got a piece of carbon paper. That's going to be really important when we're stenciling onto the stone. Then you're going to have a piece of stone. So this has got 2 pieces of stone in there. You've got the Carve Your Own House sign, piece of stone like the ivy house, or you've got the Carve Your Own House number piece of stone. I put all the measurements on the screen now for you, so you get to choose which one you want to go with. Yes, you've got the choices there. Lovely limestone that to work with. You've got some eye protection, very important. Then you've got 600 gram dummy hammer. I bought one of these dummy hammers 8 years ago, exactly the same as this. And it always features on any of my live carvings or any of the carvings I'm doing. Beautiful hammer, really enjoy using that there. That will last a lifetime. Then you've got your fire hardened chisel, beautiful chisel. So this is on here. It's what, 6mm chisel, really nice. That's going to be exactly what you need for carving with this limestone. Right, so we'll unbox that, we'll put it all to the side, and we'll get started doing a bit of carving. Well, I say carving, I'm going to show you how to mark it out first, and we'll go with the house number, seeing as that's what we're going to carve next. So I'll bring you in a little bit closer and I'll show you how to prep this piece of stone. Move that chisel to one side. So it's a beautiful piece of limestone, like I said before. The first thing I want to do with this before I do anything is prep it. So you can see it's got a few saw marks on there. So I'm just going to take a normal piece of sandpaper. This is a 60 grit. I would recommend working my way up to maybe a 120. But this will be good for now. And I'm just going to put them saw marks out of it. Yeah, you can see that's moved all them saw marks. Then I'm going to be really clever. I'm just going to put it on a little angle. So what that does, that just takes the edge off, so if I was to catch it on anything, it wouldn't chip. So now let's mark up your piece of stone, like this number 5 I've got here. Here's one I made earlier, classic blue piecer. So you're going to take your carbon paper, you're going to lay it on, lay it over the top, and then all I've done is printed this number 5 off. I've gone, you can see where I've pushed it onto the stone to make the shape. I've just printed that straight off the computer on Word, and I'm going to lay it over where I want it. I'm going to centralise it. Then I'm going to get my classic workshop pencil, which is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, and I'm just going to go around the outside. And then once you've gone round the outside, I'm not going to do it all because I've already marked one on, you'd lift it off and you'd start with your mark on there. But like I say, here's one I made earlier. So the next part is get your safety specs on, make sure they're comfortable. You can be that comfortable in safety specs. I've been well known to go into my local petrol station still wearing them after work. So you're going to get your hammer and you're going to get your chisel. Before we start carving, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the hammer and chisel. So the hammer, if I wanted to tap nice and lightly in the corners, I'd hold it up the top here and just give it a bit of tap, tap, tap. If I wanted to really give it some and move some material, I'd drop my hand lower down the shaft and I'd really give it some movement there. we're going to start off in the middle. You're going to find the technique what works best for you and how you're holding your hammer as we go along. Then you're going to get your chisel. So you want your chisel in the middle of your palm. I like to have the thumb running down one side to hold it, and then I like to feel a little bit of pressure here. So if I bring you back in closer, before I get you too much closer to show you in, I've got a piece of stone here and I'm going to use this as a backstop. You could use a piece of wood, or you could use a large piece of stone like I've got there. Just have it so it pushes against it and it's not moving around too much. So I've showed you how to use a chisel. We've got it in hand. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start working around the outside. So I'm going to work around all the way around the outside of the lines. Nice strong blows, and I'm holding this chisel, I would say about 1 o'clock, maybe 1:15. Different stones for different angles and different approaches. So as I work it round, you can see the material I'm using it. And like I said before, you can go up and down that hammer. That shaft on that mallet, just up and down, different angles. See how I've come round the corner there? I'll get you really close here. So as I've come round the corner there, I've changed the angle of the chisel and I've dropped it in. So I'm working my way around the corner. I've moved it off that backstop just to show you, so you can see. But we'll go back round here, number 5. We've gone round once, now we're going to go round for the second time. This time we're changing the angle again slightly. So now we're about 2 o'clock, 2:15, and we're moving more material. Both sides. And as you go deeper, you can start to use the wall of the stone to guide you. We're doing a V carving, and we want it nice and steep, so when it's hanging up outside the house, you've got a shadow line. That shadow line is going to make a big difference to how your carving turns out. So we've taken the majority of the material out now on that number 5. Now I'm going to go inside. I'm going to start cleaning it up. And I'm using the wall of the chisel, wall of the stone, running the chisel down it to make it nice and neat. You saw me just moving that corner there on that number 5. So all I'm doing, I'm on my backstop. I can move. What I like about a stone backstop, I can move the backstop round rather than being in a solid place with a piece of wood. Chiseling, and I'm just rotating my hand round. I'm not changing the amount I'm using the hammer. The hammer is a consistent blow, so it's not putting grooves into the stone. You notice I'm really steep on them walls. I've got that luxury of a nice chunky piece of stone, and I want to take advantage of that, so I want to make sure my carving's nice and deep. And all I'm doing on this 5, on this corner, I'm twisting my wrist. I'm holding my chisel. The hammer's a consistent blow, and I'm just moving my wrist around and following it around the corner. And I can do the same on the other side. So I'm starting here, I'm going in, hammer's consistent blow, and I'm just moving my wrist around, following it around the corner, nice and smooth. If you want to know where my hammer is right now, that's where I am, in my hand. I've not had to go low, I've not got to go down, no. My finger's wrapping around it, I'm holding it steady with my thumb, and that's the blow. once you do carving a little bit more often, your hammer finds its natural place and you never think about the hammer. So I'm just working up that line now, so we're going to start on the next piece. Obviously a lot slimmer. Hammer's still in the same position, I'm just tapping it lighter. So if you're new to stone carving, I recommend having a look around the channel. There's lots of videos on the channel. We go live carving every Wednesday night, so you can join us for that. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put a comment in the on the video here, and I'll do my best to answer. So we're really moving on here now. This is starting to come together. It's not taking too long. These dummy hammers really are beautiful, and they will last you a lifetime. And these chisels on this stone, you don't need to sharpen it, it'll stay sharp. You'll never have to replace this size of chisel working on this stone. So that's all finished up. That's the number 5 finish to go alongside the Ivy house. So this is Carve Your Own House sign or house number from Southern Stone Limited in association with the TheStoneRanger. If you're looking to have a go at carving, this would be perfect for you. Looking for a Christmas present, perfect. There's a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.